To move the mind within. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed and being just position of the body, comfortable, being comfortable, and the position of the body both. So that means what? That means the mind is looking at the body with eyes closed. You're feeling the sensation of the body. That is how we know the position of the body. And then being comfortable. I try to make the practice very logical with clarity and understanding so that it appeals to the mind and the intellect. And that is what I said, breathing with wisdom. To move the mind within. Why to move within? Simple. It will return with peace and the calmness, and they affect not only the body, the muscles, the nerves. So looking at the head and the neck and the joint, looking at the head, neck and the joint, and just feeling the sensation, maybe a kind of little relaxation. And the sense of stillness. Looking at the right arm and the joints of the right arm, the shoulders, shoulder joint, the elbow, the fingers. And then experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. We are making the way for the mind to move within, to find out. So, a little change. The joints and the major parts of the body together. Move the mind on the left arm. So, the left arm and the joints of the left arm. Left arm and the joints of the left arm. And experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I still keep the same goal in my mind about you to discover that inner peace and happiness. So any and every practice has that element. Move the mind on the chest and the belly and the spine, the middle portion of the body. Become aware of the joints, especially the spines, the vertebrae, and the ribs, and the waist. You simply become aware, the middle portion and the joints therein. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. The right leg and the joints of the right leg, the half of the hip joint, and then we have the knee joint, ankle joint, and the toes joints. The entire right leg. So you may start feeling the bubbling sensation there, or the sensation becomes little prominent. Means what? Means the awareness, consciousness, energy going there. And they are the subtle yet unknown to the science, but very powerful, that takes care of the challenges. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And move the mind on the left leg. So from the left side of the waist, that half of the waist joint or the hip joint, and the knee joint, you actually start feeling the moment I say, okay, look at the knee joint, ankle joint on the left leg, left foot. And then we have the joint, toes joints. And if you keep your awareness intact there, you actually feel the sensation. And that sensation gives you an idea of what we are doing. The entire left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body and the joints. Take your time. From the top of the head to the toes, as you move down your mind, from the top of the head to the neck joint, as if the mind is moving all around, searching the joint, the neck joint, then the shoulder joints, and then move your mind on the spine, the vertebrae, they are also the joints. And then you move your mind on both the arms, then elbow joints, wrist, fingers, joints. The mind will go back to those subtle practices. Yes, I felt it. That is it. And then hip joint, or whatever you say, sometimes you say waist. And the knees, joints, both the knees and their joints, both the ankles and their joints, toes of both the feet and the joints. As you move on, the mind withdraws within deeper. At that moment you actually feel the sensation. And that is what I want you to do in this practice, in this step of the practice. Consciousness heals everything. It is all powerful. That's what we have been talking about. Consciousness over matter. Precisely, not mind over matter. In Eastern wisdom, matter is the body. Live into that state. And now the magic will happen with the 3 more steps. We invoke that energy, we redirect that prana through the mind. Naturally. How? So look at the breath going in and out. Look at the breath going in and out, and we are doing it purely logically, so-called rationally. So the breath normal? Normal. You know it is in and out, going in and out? No change? Okay, no change. And then as the breath goes in, count mentally, drop the mind by counting in 1 when the breath goes in, and you start counting when the breath returns out 1. 1 to 25. In the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In the principle of Eastern wisdom, the mind changes the direction, the energy changes. Or you can say the mind can regulate the energy can regulate the mind. That's what Einstein said. You just go on counting the breath 1 to 25. You are not in a hurry. You are syncing the movement of the breath with counting, without any change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Well, you counted 25. Start again. And I'll tell you how you can check how the mind is moving within, or did it really move within. And just drop the counting. Do nothing. Remain in that state of sensation, relaxation, stillness. Allow the mind to sink, to redirect that energy into all the joints without doing anything in the state. You may start experiencing the bubbling sensation. What's the pointer? That understanding that we are doing the practice correctly. I gave you a specific time to count the 25 breaths without changing, and if it had taken 25 counting in the entire time, you are already there. You need not to worry about it. And now, breathe a little deeper into the belly only. Little deeper. As you inhale, again count. But this counting is with the sinking. You inhale in 1, out 1. While you are singing, you are syncing the movement of the breath with the counting. So your singing of the counting of the breath is syncing with a little deeper breath going into the belly and coming out of the belly. You are fully aware that you are breathing into the belly and breathing out from the belly. So when I say sinking, so in that sinking you are experiencing the movement of the breath with the singing, movement with the breath with the singing of the counting. And the third point is, you feel a very calming sensation of rise and the fall of the belly. What we are doing? We are redirecting the energy into all the joints by regulating the breath and the mind together. You are counting the breath in a specific time that I am not telling you. And if you complete the 25 breaths in that specific time, much earlier, you can restart the counting again. Ultimately, you have to reach to that specific time of 25 counting with a deeper breath into the belly. That is our goal in the practice. It is so simple. What will happen? The mind will move within it will start giving you a new experiences in the body, sometime in the entire body, sometime in the joints, and that helps us to nullify and minimize the impact of pain according to the teachings. Continue. And stop the counting and stop the deeper breath. Let the breath flow naturally. Live into that state. Now you know whether you completed 25 breaths into that time or you just restarted. If you have restarted, so it means ultimately we have to sync the breath. You may have a variety of experiences. We have to be with it. Just accept and recognize. Now, we have to breathe a little deeper without making a noise, both into the belly and the ribs. We feel the rise and the fall of the both. So while breathing in into the belly and the ribs, it's a deeper breath, so the singing is deeper in your mind. And as you exhale, you see the fall of the belly and the ribs while breathing out to one. Why we are singing so longer? So that our breath remains same, uniformly deeper. Second reason, the mind is absorbed into the energy. Third, when there is an absorption of the mind and the energy, this prana or the energy first goes to all the joints. So what is the take? We say prana is blocked in the joints, you have a problem. Prana is excess, you have a problem. Prana is low supply, you have a problem. So now the prana and the mind goes to the joints. It drops all the three factors, excess, low or blocked. And there comes the minimizing the impact of that illness. Consciousness over the matter. Continue. Deep, silent, slow breath, thinking you're singing of the counting. I'm not using even a mantra. Let us be very rational. So the mind supports the breath to remain deep, silent and slow and the deep silent flow supports the singing of the counting of the breath. Mutual. When I do, I start feeling, from the very first breath, I start experiencing the sensation in all the joints in the body. That time will come. It's not a big deal. And there is nothing in the practice, just an understanding, so that this practice can be done when you are at your office doing your work, while walking, before going to sleep, talking to someone, anytime. And if you incorporate the practice whenever you remember during the day, this week is going to be a transformative week, along with the subtle practices. 25 counting, when you complete it, you can restart. So ultimately, we want to come in this step, the 25 counting and the specific time. And you'll be amazed when I will tell you the time. Deep, silent, slow breath, sinking, the counting of the breath with in and out, and experiencing a very soft, gentle rise in the fall of the belly and the rib cage with the breath in and out. We say normally the stage is set. So the stage is already set. For what? Mind moving within, sinking with the breath, mind losing its identity, means what? Consciousness takes over the mind and the energy. It goes into the joints and the entire body, every cell. You may have a variety of experiences, accept and recognize. Let us see what happens. Simple, powerful. And stop the counting, stop the deeper breath, do nothing, remain into that state, return to the normal breath. And helping the mind to move within, to live within. That is how we do it. Now you're not doing anything. Become aware of the room, outside. Then the body, an experience in the body at this moment. Then the breath without any change. Then mind inside with the thoughts or no thoughts. And then the space and the emptiness within. Just be there into that state and see what happens. The last part is very important. You're not doing anything. Means the very existence or the consciousness does everything on its own. So the mind interferes with the duality and a conflict. The break. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down.